How you doing, guys? Welcome to another episode of TLDR. The last one did great because Rooster Teeth was imploding. If you don't know what TLDR is where I take a series of situations and I condense them down to like a 5-minute video if I can. Just telling you about what's going on, just in case you've got, we're busy these days, economic crisis, collapsing and everything like that, but let's get stuck into it. So today we're talking about SBMM, and what that is, well, let's take a look. SBMM, skill-based matchmaking, an algorithm-based system typically used in multiplayer video games, is discussed during Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's release. Essentially, it allows the skill-based matchmaking to put you with other people in your similar skills. So if you're absolutely wrecking lobbies in Apex Legends or Modern Warfare 2, essentially it'll put you with like-skilled players so you don't go against people that are way better than you or people that are not as good as you, all right? That's going to be important. Keep that in mind, all right? And as some of you may know, we've gone ahead and had a great time here with our good friend, Timthetatman. Let me find my mouse. So let's see what he has to say.
I don't know what it is, guys, but after streaming Battle Royales for majority of my career, I'll throw that in air quotes, that's what I really love streaming. Can I be completely honest with you guys?
Sure.
If SBMM wasn't a thing, I would stream multiplayer. SBMM, I've said this before and I'll say it again, man. SBMM is I dare say killing video games as a whole.
He dare say it.
I don't want to get on a huge SBMM tangent here.
Anyway, so the TLDR there is that my guy here, Timthetatman, longtime content creator, and what I would define his and Dr. Disrespect's, okay, keep that in mind as well, their entire career goes around clip collection, is what I like to call it, where they basically just play games for an extended period of time to get enough clips to create a montage and then maybe have like some talking in between or some sort of like storyline, either it's a competitive match or something like that. But long story short, Timthetatman doesn't like SBMM because it's killing games, when in actual fact it's there to negate people being absolutely pub stomped by professionals or content creators, and also makes it so you're constantly playing harder players, which a lot of people would debate. When you're playing harder players constantly, you're actually improving as a player. But it gets a little bit messier. Now, of course, he is known for it, but Dr. Disrespect then jumped in saying, go get a life if you think SBMM belongs in pub lobbies. Following that, not that one, where am I? That one. Following that, Tim, I'm so tired of these gamer streamers. Now the real fucking gripe I have with this entire situation is that these are two people that constantly complain about games. They constantly play games every single day, and unfortunately, both of their characters, I would say, are extremely negative and constantly seem to just complain about everything that happens in every fucking game, whether it's controllers with aim assists, whether it's maps or audio or anything like that. I do think there is a smidge, if not a larger portion, of just essentially going for a cryptic topic in order to create problems, which ultimately brings views, right? Dr. Disrespect being quite good at doing that specific thing. But here's the thing. Pro players don't really agree. Wait. Clint Evans said, wait, SBMM exists to protect Tim? Doesn't he like it? You said it, not me. Hutch, not agreeing there. Shockingly enough, a pro player seems to think that it's probably a good thing. Ryan Wyatt, otherwise known as Fwiz, Sir Timthetatman, you're already matched with thumbless folks and not sweaties in match play because of SBMM. Now, one of my favorite things that people have been talking about is like, what is Tim complaining about when he's essentially matched with shit players because he is a shit player? That is the insinuation, right? And then there's like obviously Warzone already people being like, if you're really good, and then people say that you're VPNing and stuff like that. But having pros from Call of Duty and other games turn around and be like, it's a bit soft, bro. And then this is a great one coming around. The idea that SBMM is killing gaming is easily disproven when you glance at the most played games. They all have it. It without question, 100% in almost all circumstances help player retention. You have some outliers like EFT, but they're targeting a really hardcore audience. Yeah. yeah, I think Hutch has probably got that down totally fresh and in between. But there are people who are also on the side of not doing SBMM. Tyler Wildcat, a literal 10-year-old Grand Theft Auto is Grand Theft Auto is top 3, only behind 2 free-to-play games, the second of which only popular because of its rank system. I don't think this list does shit to prove your point. Most games are stale as fuck right now, and SBMM can be pointed to as a possible reason. Hutch then replied, GTA being insanely and persistently popular / culturally relevant doesn't prove whatever you think it proves regarding SBMM. Far out. If SBMM was killing gaming, less people would be playing games, and very few of it would be the top 10 games would have it. Look, I tend to agree. And the reason why Tim and Dr. Disrespect and other content creators, not necessarily pro players, probably have a big issue with SBMM is because it does force them to verse harder people. It's harder to clip collect. And as a person who plays Apex Legends, it's crazy. I just do that over on my channel ZeroTact, linked below. You improve with playing harder players, but when you're kind of, and I'm gonna say this, and there's gonna be some angry people, when stale ass content creators that just make clip compilations 3 to 4 times a week, and whatever the fuck else that Tim does with his other 10 channels, start complaining about SBMM being in games and saying it's killing games. There's a concern there that they're either complaining to create controversy or complaining so they can be, just be, hopefully encourage devs to allow them to have easier games. That's another thing. And another thing to keep in mind is that competitive players are pretty strongly against this, and I tend to agree. I think SBMM is great, and if pro players is telling you that you're being a bit of a bit washed, or as Timthetatman would say, is chalked. Yeah, he says chalked. I know that. Anyway, TLDR, content creators hating SBMM is super, super sad because just get your shit together. And second to that, I think it's a great thing. You improve as a player, and pro players seem to agree. Do you agree? Are you a fan of SBMM? Do you think some games should and shouldn't have it? If you enjoy the content, subscribe. I do appreciate it when you do that. I also stream every Saturday, Australian Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. I did that backwards. I tried to one take this. I don't think I did well.